Welcome, and thank you, everyone. Welcome to the 11th Annual Sustainable Business Awards. We are delighted, I can't see, to bring you together to celebrate best practices in sustainability and to give us all a chance to collaborate, integrate, and feel part of something bigger. Please join me. Please join me in welcoming Commissioner Kemp.
It's really wonderful to be among so many friends. We're all on the same page here tonight, right? I've got it. How about a big Go Green cheer? Go Green! All right. So it's my pleasure to welcome you all here to the 11th Annual Sustainable Business Awards. I'm joined here today by many esteemed colleagues and by I bring a warm welcome from Congresswoman Kathy Castor. I just saw her online today. She couldn't be with us tonight, but her district director, Marcia Mejia, is here on her behalf. Marcia? Great. I can't really see out there. I assume other people will be recognized. I was just going to recognize my one colleague from the County Commission, Commissioner Kimberly Overman. I saw here tonight. The Sustany Foundation has been hosting these awards for 11 years. It's so important to recognize as our community moves forward. And it is the only event of this kind in the Tampa Bay area. The Sustainable Business Awards recognizes companies and organizations in the Tampa Bay area that are committed to the triple bottom line. That is environmental stewardship and social responsibility. I know this group knows what it means when you say 415 parts per million. It's the urgency that we feel all around us at every moment. And as I say that, and am in fear for the future, not of the planet, but for human beings as a species on this planet, really, I can only say I want to also give you hope from how we're moving forward collectively tonight, but also in Hillsborough County, where we are moving, and I just want to let you know, as I say 415 parts per million, that we are moving forward in a big way. Last year we did $4 million in solar panels in Hillsborough County. This year it's $5 million. We're looking at all our fleet. The Sheriff's Office is looking at moving forward to a hybrid fleet, and we'll see the first of that soon. LED lighting in all of our parks throughout the county. And you might see the panels on the libraries throughout the county. We also have hired a sustainability director, a pedestrian trail director, and next year, HART is on schedule to have its first electric bus, but not just one, we're going to get 8. And at no time in history has this been more important. Tampa Bay is one of the fastest growing metros in the U.S. With this increased economic growth comes a greater responsibility as ground zero to ensure that we're growing in a smart and sustainable way, a way that we can demonstrate to the nation and be the example everywhere for how to move forward. These amazing companies that we're going to celebrate tonight are leading the way in sustainable practices, and we are so proud that they choose to make Tampa Bay their home, and that they're going above and beyond to protect this special place that we all now call home, now and for future generations. I'd also like to thank the Sustany Foundation for being a sustainable sustainability beacon for over a decade, even before it was trendy. But while it was incredibly important, this Sustany Foundation planted the seeds. Alliteration there, I'm having a little trouble here. Their community grants have supported countless environmental projects and community gardens in the Tampa Bay area. I hope that their work and their wonderful stories that we hear tonight from the awardees will continue to inspire and encourage everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Kemp, for that warm welcome, and welcome, Commissioner Oberman. All right, so before we get started, I'd like to take a moment to thank all of our sponsors. Please stand if you're in attendance. Our awardee patrons, next path. Our awardee patrons, next path, Hillsborough County Adventure Marketing, our eco partners, TICO, Zellen Communications, McNichols, our Good Earth Friends, the Fechtel Company, K-Force, Mosaic, Herb Getches, Cadence Bank, and Olive Tree Energy. Can you guys just stand for a minute? Thank you. And the many event partners and supporting organizations. We also want to recognize all the amazing companies who were nominated this year. We started with over 100 companies. That's 5 times what we had last year. It's amazing. And the 45 on this screen moved to the final round. Are doing amazing things. The review process was strict, and companies were reviewed and allocated points on all aspects of their business in the 3 main areas of the triple bottom line: social, environmental, and economic. Some of you were only off by a fraction of a point. So yeah, keep up the good work. Although Sustany hosts the awards, we're not involved in the selection process. We partner with a local university, and this year we worked with the University of South Florida. These students, who are graduates in the sustainability field, have been reviewing and conducting interviews and site visits for the past few months. We'll be reading their notes on the companies today. Some of them are here and will help us present the awards. Thank you all for your efforts. Let's give them a round of applause. So let's get to it. When we read your name, you're invited to bring your team members on stage. Please have your point person receive the award first, and then move to, they'll show you where to stand for a photo. And we're going to try to move this along fairly quickly and have a good time. So the winners in the P3 and government category are Solar Energy and Loan Fund. Low-interest, unsecured loans that help underbanked, underserved communities afford the cost of sustainable home improvements, including renewable energy, energy efficiency, wind mitigation, aging in place, water efficiency. With the help of seed grants from their partners, the City of St. Petersburg and Hillsborough County, they have surpassed $1 million in lending for sustainable home improvements on the Gulf Coast. And in the process, they have strengthened communities, improved the housing stock, reduced greenhouse gases, improved water quality, kept families in their homes, fortified homes against storm damage, and created jobs and profits for local companies. They are a small, but mighty green tea. Next up, Tampa International Airport. Tampa International Airport received the 2016 Airports Council International North America Environmental Achievement Award, recognizing the airport's sustainable management plan. They have partnered with various organizations to decrease their carbon footprint by installing solar array, utilizing alternative fuel vehicles, and reclaimed water, and so much more. They've also reduced their electricity consumption by 10% per passenger since 2011. During the recent government shutdown, TIA partnered with United Way Suncoast, feeding Tampa Bay and local social service agencies to assist more than 800 households, including 3,000 people and 900 children. The winners in the farm and horticulture category are A Simpler Place in Time. A Simpler Place in Time is a Tampa-based farm that produces local, organic, and sustainable food. The company has partnered with Suncoast Compost to help divert any food waste from their kitchen to any food they don't sell in their store. This farm also promotes education by having on-site talks about climate change and zero waste initiatives. Congratulations. Next winner, Florida Native Plants Nursery.
Let me tell you about the birds and the bees, and the flowers and the trees, the moon up above, and a thing called love.
Florida Native Plants is a nursery and landscaping business located in North Sarasota County. The mother-daughter team, Annie and Laurel Schiller, specialize in creating natural plant pond barriers with a unique focus towards homeowners associations. Their project at Oak Court was profiled in the Guide for Real Florida Gardeners in the fall of 2018. Okay, the winners in the food and beverage services category are Good Vibe Juice, our executive director, Lori Belovich, Good Vibes Juice Company provides tasty blended beverages or bowls for the local community through a variety of vegetables and fruits. They use all sustainable bowls, lids, straws, napkins, cups, trash bags, made from plant-based materials that are 100% compostable. They source locally and only use organic and GMO-free produce. They're expanding. Next is Zildjian Catering. You enjoyed their nibbles tonight. They catered tonight. Zildjian Catering provides custom menus and event services for all occasions and also design exciting, interactive, and fun cooking programs just for you. The company promotes a sustainable model through its purchasing, hiring, and waste management. The owner, Allison, uses her position to educate customers on their sustainable practices, as well as doing educational outreach presentations for other catering companies and organizations. And you're enjoying some of their specialties tonight. Thank you. The winners in the hospitality and tourism category are the Venice Golf and Country Club,
Straight down the middle, it went straight down the middle. Then it started to hook just a wee bit. That's when my caddy lost sight of it. That little white pellet has never been found to this day.
The club's environmental sustainability leadership is recognized locally, regionally, nationally, and internationally as being forward-thinking and innovative. Highlights include geothermal heat pumps, invasive species mitigation, an all-electric fleet, complete LED lighting, green purchasing policies, and so much more. They strive to be an example for others to follow. They are currently developing a carbon footprint dashboard to track their measures. Most impressive is their water management and conservation programs. They have a closed-loop equipment washdown station that is a bioreactor. The bacteria in this closed-loop system consumes petroleum products and cleans the wash water so it can be used over and over again. I can't believe I'm getting so excited about geothermal invasive. Next winner in this category is the Legacy Vacation Club, Indian Shores. Legacy Vacation Resorts provides families with vacation experiences that are unique and memorable, but also respectful to the environment and community. They utilize their position within the industry as a model for other businesses to attain sustainable economic development. The education also extends specifically to its clients during their vacation. They were recently certified as a B Corporation. Congratulations. The winners in the nonprofit and education category are the Florida Aquarium, So you know, the Florida Aquarium encourages conservation of the ocean, keeping with its mission to entertain, educate, and inspire stewardship of the natural environment. They also engage in a comprehensive program that focuses on diversity and inclusion, safety, and water conservation. Thank you. Winner in the nonprofit and education category is Mangrove School of Sarasota.
When some loud bragger tries to put me down and says this school is great, I tell him right away, now what's the matter, buddy? Ain't you heard of my school? It's #1 in the state.
Hey, take it away! It's
so when you try your school,
So the Mangrove School of Sarasota pursues alternative education as a profession, supporting environmental ideals from students, teachers, and employees. Their form of education makes the school deeply committed to sustainability with their forest project, a user of flora native plants, and a green partner, as their toys and crafting materials are all naturally made. Mangrove's community service is a pillar of the school's curriculum. They were selected for their holistic dedication to sustainability. So the winners in the professional services category are Raymond James,
If I had $1 million, well, I'd buy you a house. I would buy you a house. And if I had $1 million, if I had $1 million, buy you furniture for your house, maybe a nice Chesterfield or an ottoman. And if I had $1 million, if I had $1 million.
Raymond James Financial Services is able to stand out in the professional service sector for their dedication to integrity, environmental stewardship, and conservative risk management. In 2018 alone, the firm added 2,300 jobs in Tampa Bay and contributed 160,000 volunteer hours nationwide. The St. Petersburg campus boasts of notable sustainability initiatives such as retrofitted water and energy-efficient fixtures, cool roofing, water bottle refill stations, premium EV parking, and just under 3 million pounds of paper recycled. Next up in this category is Destination Better. Destination Better is a consulting firm whose mission is to create a better world, one responsible company at a time. This company advises large corporations on how to become more sustainable. One recent act of social outreach they did was designing a $20 million national opioid resource grant initiative to cater to a diverse field of communities and organizations in need of resources to fight the opioid epidemic. The winners in the development and real estate category are Circle Pond Tiny Home Community. Circle Pond Tiny Home is a small eco-village located west of I-75 in Weskin, Florida. This formal mobile home park has been recreated with an environmental purpose where they not only have sustainable housing measures, but they have sustainable food sources ranging from various vegetables and fruits which are grown locally on the property. The tiny community also makes great strides in waste reduction. The aspect that makes Circle Pond so different is that they are promoting a sustainable living environment that takes into regard all the most important facets of maintaining and promoting our planet. Next up, Salt Palm Development.
In the middle of our street, our house. In the middle
first certified B Corporation real estate development in the region. And they put in place a nonprofit dedicated to growing the B Corporation network in the Tampa Bay area. At least half of its profits are invested back into the neighborhoods of its developments. To offset the consequences of their activities, they purchase carbon offsets. I have a couple I want to sell to you too. As a result, they have declared their practices to be carbon neutral. Their goal is to improve communities with real estate development expertise and resources, and to inspire other businesses to consider the greater good over maximizing profit. Next, public supermarkets. Oh, sorry, retail leaders. Got excited. It's my home away from home. This is the retail category. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Publix, it's an American supermarket with a robust and actionable sustainability plan. They are taking strides to become more sustainable and environmentally friendly by setting up recycling programs, adding electric vehicle charging stations, and making sustainable choices in food sourcing and purchasing. Next winner in the retail category, Children's World Uniforms. Children's World is a uniform supply store that's been recognized by various organizations in the Sarasota County. They participate with local organizations to better the community, including the Toys for Tots program, where 50% of the donations are matched by the company. They've also been recognized by the Florida Department of Environmental Protection for their recycling rates. Next winner in the retail category is Sunshine State Goods and Apparel. Sunshine State Goods and Apparel is a retail shop located in Clearwater, Florida, whose goal is to preserve what we love about Florida: beaches, wild places, and wildlife. The company strives to keep its environmental impact low by staying committed to using products with low environmental impact, ranging from their polymailers to recycled materials. Using the term, it's what's inside that counts. Among the many positive initiatives, Sunshine State has many charitable outreach programs to help those that have been put at a disadvantage due to natural disasters or other catastrophic events. However, among all these great initiatives, the donation of proceeds to the Florida Wildlife Corridor Expedition maintains areas for animals to travel and roam in Florida while helping minimizing the impact of urbanization. So now we move to the winners in the waste prevention category. Auburn Supply.
About no waste at Stanford. We're all about no waste at Stanford. We're all about no waste at Stanford. We're all about no waste. We're bringing beauty back. All this excess waste is really whack. No, I'm not dirty, but I'm talking trash. I'm here to tell you every piece of litter spilling on my lips.
The music ran long, but it was fun. Auburn Supply offers locally sourced, compostable, and ocean-friendly alternatives to plastic and chemicals commonly found in and used by businesses. They've partnered with Ocean Allies to work to certify businesses as ocean-friendly to help them transition from using plastic straws and other plastics that harm our oceans to using compostable paper straws and napkins, paper-to-go bags, plant-based carry-out containers, cups, and utensils. This relationship allows them to educate businesses as to how their choices affect marine life and the surrounding beach and water communities. They also partner with many community organizations to help them host zero waste certified events. Next up, Suncoast Compost.
Break it down in the nutrients. We use it again. Composting makes sense. Composting. What? It's a way to recycle. Yeah. Composting. What? Another way to recycle. What?
Located just south of Brandon with numerous pickup locations throughout Tampa Bay, Suncoast allows customers to support the Zero Waste Initiative regardless of their yard size. Suncoast Composting keeps residential and business food scraps out of the landfill and turns it into rich, nutritious soil to grow more food. Recently, Suncoast expanded their Black Soldier Fly composting family. Again, I didn't think I'd be excited about saying that. Black Soldier Fly composting family to expedite the process and utilize the larvae as chicken feed. Going beyond the traditional waste hierarchy, Suncoast has even facilitated and certified 25 zero waste events, including Sustany's. We thank them for their services here today. First up, E3 Solutions. E3 Solutions is a cutting-edge innovator in the wastewater treatment industry and the professional services sector. Since evaporation depends on the cleanliness of the water, the E3 approach involves purification with both aeration and microbial solutions used in conjunction with their patented VeriMax evaporators. The result is one of the most efficient and cost-effective approaches to wastewater cleaning and disposal available today. Next up for the Innovation Award is Sewn Apart. Sewn Apart has initiatives that aid women who have difficulty finding work. They are partnered with a project that teaches these women a skill in sewing and then potentially hires some of these women as contractors for helping produce and create garments. This company reutilizes textiles in order to create new garments and extend the life of the materials. Through the Answered Prayers Project and the Sustainable Living Project, Sewn Apart not only encompasses the people aspect of sustainability, but differentiates itself by holistically looking at the problems presented in food, fashion, art, and business, while connecting the dots in a more tangible and sustainable way. They're currently working on a fabric composting test project with a local partner. All right, so let's give all the awardees a big round of applause. So we're almost done. We're on slide 60 and there are only 67. So each year, the Sustany Foundation chooses an individual from the community who demonstrates a long-standing commitment to sustainability to receive the Jan Roberts Sustainable Leadership Award. I'd like to call up Jan Roberts to present this year's award.
Thank you, Andrea. David Reed grew up in Tampa, and he loved the quality of life here, especially the natural environment. And over time, he noticed that our planning and development did not always maintain that quality of life or respect for the environment. And being a man of action, he decided to do something about that, and with co-founder Andrea Cheney of Sustany Foundation. They co-founded Sustany Foundation to address the issue of sustainability in our local area, long before many people were even thinking about it. And they spent a year researching and meeting with people from organizations working with sustainability so that they did not replicate their work. And they did this over a glass of wine at Mise en Place. What's not to like about that approach? As a graduate student of MIT, David was inspired in sustainability when he learned about systems dynamics and saw that the system of capitalism that is based on consumerism using a finite quality of natural resources and then creates waste was not a sustainable one. You might even say that at that moment when he saw this in Professor John Sturman's class, his concern for the quality of life for us and for our children and grandchildren and our future generations was planted a seed of that in his DNA. As a person of integrity and a business leader, he has great credibility in the business community. And when David recognized the importance of adopting a triple bottom line of people, planet, and profit, others did too. Not only just in the business community, but also in local government and in community organizations. He has deeply inspired so many people because of his commitment to creating a better community without any desire or interest in personal gain. David has always appreciated so much the contributions of friends and colleagues, Sustany staff, and volunteers. So it is a great honor for me to show our appreciation to David for his long time dedication and enthusiasm to sustainability by presenting him with the Jan Roberts Sustainable Business Leadership Award. David, would you please join me on stage?
David, it's an honor to honor you, and you know, as co-founder of the Sustany Foundation, none of us would be here. Any of you that know David, you know he's an absolute joy to work with, and he inspires anyone he knows, and it's a real privilege to call him a dear old friend. All right, and so finally, I'd like to take this opportunity to recognize some of our past board members. Sheila McNamara and Janet Hall, come on down. Can all board members, past and present, including advisory, please stand? Actually, just come up here. Come on, come on. For a quick vote. Sustany board members. before we wrap up the program, I hope we've left you inspired. Now listen, we intentionally kept the ticket prices low tonight to keep it affordable for everyone, but if you're in the position to pay more, we graciously accept your offer. We take checks, cash, Bitcoin, kale, whatever. In addition to hosting these annual awards, the Sustany Foundation provides free resources to the community and grants for community gardens and all kinds of sustainable projects. We also host educational events, and this year we added young professionals and our Green Drinks networking. We do this all on a shoestring budget. If you like what you see, help us continue, help us thrive. Go to our website, sustany.org, become a member, support an intern, sponsor a community garden, join our young professionals. Help us to continue to make a positive impact on our thriving, vibrant community. How about this event? Was it not awesome? Lori Beldich and Laura Schlapina. Come up here, please. So it would not have been possible without our intern, Laura Schlapina, and she'll have to do this again. And Lori Belovich, are you around to get up here for a little shout out or no? All right. Okay, it's Lori. Here comes Lori. And thank you, Tampa Theater. All right, so mark your calendars for our next great celebration in the fall. It is December 5th. It is the 11th annual, 12th annual Sustainable Buzz. So we'll see you then.